For this feature, I wanted to point out a synchronicity I noticed between this album cover, Marvin Gaye's What's Going On, and the movie The Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Watching it recently, the opening scene, you see this space germ float through space and make it to planet Earth, where it comes down through the atmosphere into the clouds, where it comes down through the rain, a rainy day. And the movie opens up, that's the opening scene of how this this seed or this germ got to the planet to then start snatching bodies. And again, I'm just pointing out a synchronicity that I noticed and channeling the information that came to me about it. Again, Marvin's visuals for this album, this was a really deep album. Anybody can, there are books and interviews and all kinds of stuff on Marvin Gaye's life and the troubles that he had while he was alive. Very troubled man in a troubled world. And this album was very poignant at the time, very as ominous as this album cover looks. No sunlight, overcast, raining, and him asking the question, what's going on? Pay attention to all these horrible things going on, war, disease, like pay attention and ask yourself what's going on. And then we come to the movie, The Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and we'll go into the opening scene. Another thing that I noticed was this particular visual for the album, him standing at what appears to be a playground, an old playground, and there are no children. It's raining. And there's also a scene in the beginning of Invasion of the Body Snatchers with a man wearing black, a black robe, who appears to look like a priest. And here Marvin is wearing, a black raincoat, the synchronicity. And the priest looks like he's there at the playground trolling for children. Now, I don't know how you think, but where I come from, you see grown men at the playground. You see grown men at grade school playgrounds and shit like that. They're there creeping on children. Now, this isn't a drag or a read or anything like that. This isn't even judgment, because the judgment is happening. I'm just pointing out what people have been saying about the way artists are used in the industry. Again, I'm just pointing out another synchronicity. And if you care to go down this synchronicity rabbit hole, feel free to do it at your leisure. I'm just pointing it out. I'm not trying to say, I'm not trying to, like I said, drag anybody is what I'm trying to say. But at the end of the day, Marvin was a deeply, deeply troubled man, as are a lot of artists that want to be successful. And like I said, they get used to do horrible things. Again, this is a grown man at a playground. And grown men are only at the playground. They're not parents, and there's only one reason why grown-ass men don't hang out where little children hang out, unless something's wrong. So take that and do with it what you want. But I'm just, again, showing you the synchronicity. And again, look at this, and then look at this next scene.
There's some more flowers, kids. Go pick them. Oh, that's a pretty one. Well, go look for one. Over there. Oh, that's beautiful. Let me look at that. Let me look at that. Now you can take them home to your parents. Don't they smell nice?
The song Save the Children come to mind when I see that clip and this visual. The lyrics go, I just want to ask a question. Who really cares to save a world in despair? Who really cares? There'll come a time when the world won't be singing. Flowers won't grow. Bells won't be ringing. Who really cares? Who's willing to try to save the world that's destined to die? When I look at the world, it fills me with sorrow. Little children today are really going to suffer tomorrow. Oh, what a shame. Such a bad way to live. Who is to blame? We can't stop living when we can't stop living. Live for life. But let live, everybody. Live life for the children. Oh, for the children. You see, let's save the children. Let's save all the children. Save the babies. Save the babies. And if you want to love, you got to save the babies. So that was him singing about, again, the state of the world, the state of our ecology, our ecosystem, how everything is just being destroyed. And like I said, he spoke about it. And at this point, from everything that I've seen, and even from this visual, like, to me, he looks satisfied that there are no children there. Like, he looks almost relieved that, you know what, that I'm glad there are no children here. Almost as if, like, this ending is a good thing. You know, like, if this, leaning back to Invasion of the Body Snatchers, if this germ turns into a pod that can replace you, then, children are no longer a necessity. And it almost seems as if he seems relieved by that. Like, we can't save the children. If the planet is destined to die, then let it die. Because, if something is going to just be replacing us, then so be it. That way, children don't have to be harmed. All this weirdo shit doesn't have to go on anymore, Now that this new germ is here and it can just replace people, women don't have to go through painful childbirth. We don't have to lose children to stillbirth and complicated pregnancies. We don't have to worry about dying anymore. We don't have to worry about sickness and disease. We have a plant now. We have a new ecosystem, a new ecology now that can replace us when necessary. Now, again, this might sound deep and far-fetched to some people, but that's what I see and, and honestly what I think. I feel the same way. If the world is destined to die and the cinematic universe has been telling people that, prophets and priests and sorcerers and everybody has been prophesying this, let it die. If it's destined to die, let it die because it's fucking horrible. I don't know if anybody's keeping up with current events, but this shit is horrible and it's been horrible historically. Historically. This is some fucked up shit. But people are under a spell or just not aware or are asleep or ignorant or just do not care. There are people actively saying, women, stop having children. Decenter men. And not because we hate men, but because the seed of man has been corrupted. The germ of man has been corrupted. The very seed, the very nature of man has been corrupted, and it's over. Women aren't saying these things because we want you to be miserable and no, it's because it's over. It's over. Every process that brought you here is over. And it's a hard pill to swallow, but people don't want to swallow it. But that's neither here nor there because what's happening is happening. And like I said, only divine interventions can change anything at this point. But again, that's the tea on that. Like I said, I just want to keep this short and sweet. Again, another synchronicity. Please let me know what you think. If there are any other topics that you want to know if I see synchronicities in, or any other topics that you might want to see me do a video on. And also reach out if you want a reading.